Hey everybody, this is Russ from Kilt Cork, and we are coming to you live today from the beautiful Rancho Victoria Vineyard. And I'm here with my friend Victor Turinsky,
What's
who
up?
is going to be talking to us about wine and relationships. He's a guru, by the way, of relationships.
Oh,
Yeah, of course. Um, and we're going to talk a little bit about crush and big crush and all kinds of cool things. So, as you can see, though, we are here in Amador County at Rancho Victoria, and oh, that's not good.
uh-oh.
I already have a
Man
down wine.
That's
wine.
okay.
It's bad.
We've got lots of wine.
But
so
we
no
have to show
worries.
you this view. If you can look at this
Phenomenal.
view, it is amazing. We just had a cloud cover. We had storms in this past 2 days, so it's kind of been wet and stormy. But it makes for beautiful scenery, and I think you're seeing that behind us. Hopefully, you guys can see it. So, anyways, Victor, tell us a little bit about Rancho Victoria and kind of what it's all about.
Well, I got to tell you, it's a horrible place to work. Look at my office view. But no, I love this place. We're brand new. We've been open for a little over a year now, and we're primarily growers. So about 95% of our fruit goes out to other winemakers. But if you just look back in this valley here, we have 120 acres planted right now, and we're currently growing Barbera, Petite Syrah, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Primitivo. And then we just budded over, so no fruit this season, but the vines, they are growing, Sauv Blanc, Cab Franc, Grenache, and Montepulciano.
Wow, that's a lot. So how many varietals do you grow total here?
Currently 4,
okay.
But we'll have up to 8,
up to 8
next season.
Very cool.
Yes.
So you guys, something that's unique about this place is that it's also a working ranch. Is that correct?
It is. So this family, second owner, Swaggart family, purchased the property. They came on as investors in 2005, but officially took the property in 2011 and then added the vineyard, obviously. But one family had this property from 1864 until 2005, and that's Greelage family. And you turned on Greelage Road coming in. One of the bumpiest roads in Amador. Hopefully the county will fix that one day, but it adds to the experience. You're
right.
driving down this bumpy road. You're like, where the heck are we going?
Right.
And you pull up and you see this amazing gate, and then this view of this vineyard. We got Primitivo on our right, Primitivo on our left. We've got Petite Syrah, Cabernet in the back valley. That far block off to the left, we've got budded over Montepulciano, Grenache, and Cab Franc. And we're having fun here.
It's really an awesome venue to come to and just relax. It's probably one of the more relaxing destinations, honestly, regardless of whether it's a winery or not. It's just you're in the middle of this pasture, and you see these fences around us that have been here for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
The corral that they have events in, is that what you want to call that, a corral?
That was a working corral 6 months ago. So as Russ mentioned, we're a vineyard. We grow grapes, obviously. We make wine, but we also run cattle. There are about 150 head of cattle on the property right now. And this was a cattle ranch for 4 generations of Greelages ran cattle on this property. In fact, the tasting room is the original scale house. So if you come in and taste wine,
so cool.
Right where you're standing was a floating corral. The original scale is in there too, with the original writing arithmetic of what the cow weighed, etc.
Exactly.
So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of history here, and John has done such a great job with the design. And obviously a lot of concrete. But if you come in, I'd be happy to show you what it originally looked like after John remodeled. And he just did a fantastic job and has such a great eye for design. So
cool. Yeah, to John. It's a beautiful place, and Cindy too. They've been so gracious with me, helping me with this, and just allowing us to come out here and do some other things, which you'll still see in a future episode. But I love it. It's a great place. I just have to do a side. Have you seen Yellowstone? That's new series with Kevin Costner.
I have not.
Okay, so I highly recommend, since you work on a working cattle ranch, to check out Yellowstone. It's probably one of the best series, and I'm only saying that because you get the feel of that immense. It's a 200,000 acre ranch. It's supposed to be the biggest in the contiguous United States, but you kind of get the feel of that when you're in a place like this. The scope of it is huge. I mean, this ranch, you've got 120 acres planted.
Yeah, but the ranch itself was 1,150. The family just sold. Here's a meepy. Watch out. the back 600 acres. So we've shrunken down the ranch a little bit, but overall we still have 550 acres to play with.
That's so awesome.
So we've got room for growth, obviously.
Yeah. So we've got some aircraft over. I'm sure that'll pick up a little bit here on the mic, but we wanted to we're here in Amador, and there's a big event coming up, which we're going to talk about at the end of the show. And, it's a working ranch. So as you see, there's a cattle trailer going by. And, that's what happens when you're on a working ranch, which is pretty epic.
Right.
But we've got a big event coming up, which we're going to talk about a little bit later. But it's called Big Crush. And I kind of wanted to stick with that theme of Big Crush. And I have a question for Victor, since he is newly married, correct?
Yes, indeed.
And he's
celebrated 2 years.
2 years, and he's definitely a romantic guy. And so I have to ask him, if you have a crush on somebody, what would be the wine from Rancho Victoria Vineyard that you would suggest giving to that person that you have a crush with? Let's see what he says.
Well, we're drinking a one right now, obviously. Barbera.
Okay. Barbera.
When you go on your first date, say you're in love with you like love at first sight, or you're into her. Well, you want to bring an unobtrusive wine, or you want to be unobtrusive in your persona.
You don't want to be like over the top.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
totally.
So Barbera is that wine for me.
Okay.
It presents itself well. It's easygoing.
Yeah.
You can drink it every day. No food necessary. It has the acidity that you want.
It's delicious.
But the nose is intoxicating. I mean, I don't know about you, but any first date I've ever been on, you always, you get a haircut, you're wearing your finest clothes, you're looking fresh, you're looking clean. Well, Barbera is the same way. The aroma is intoxicating. The flavor profile is stunning. Lots of fruit, a little bit of oak, not over oaked, but the acidity. I mean, it's got amazing balance, and that's what when you're
on a date, you want that balance.
You want that balance.
Yeah, you want that balance. Exactly. So, first dates out there, guys, girls, Barbera is your choice, and it's definitely a kind of a lover's wine, I think. I mean, we just had a celebration here in Amador, 2 weeks ago, Barbera Festival.
Barbera Fest was wonderful this year.
Just really quickly, just to refresh, where's the fruit originate from?
Right in this vineyard here. Okay. It's on the back block behind the bridal cottage, so obviously a reason why to plant back there, because it's a lover's wine.
So there's a bridal cottage. That's awesome, and it's back there. You can't really see it, but I meant it's an Italian varietal, right?
It is Northern Italy, everyday drinker in Italy, which I touched on at the Barbera Festival.
Yeah.
Comparisons and varietals that people are more accustomed to in the United States. Pinot Noir without the structure. It has the fruit, but Pinot tends to have a little more tannin structure, and it, in my opinion, can be a little more elegant. But for something that is juicy that you can drink every day, for the price point, Barbera is one of the best wines in my opinion.
And you can get it here at Rancho Victoria.
You can. We do too. We do a standard, which we're drinking right now, and we have a reserve.
Very cool.
Which is a little more complex. But I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
On your first date or relationship, you don't want to be too complex. You might scare him or her off. So, drink something easy like Barbera.
So since this isn't our first date, though, we're not going to say that.
Oh no!
This is,
speaking of, Russ is amazing. He came in on behind the cellar door last year randomly, and we struck up an awesome conversation, and he's been back a few times since.
Definitely,
and it turns out we live a quarter mile from each other, which is pretty neat.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. Not anywhere this beautiful, but it's still he gets to come here every day and work, so he's definitely blessed to come out here and do that. All right, we're going to continue this game of Crush and Big Crush. So if we are, and I'm sure we've all been there, everyone out there, you have this crush. I guess it's called, was it unrequited love, when you have this crush on someone and they don't return it, or worse yet, they break your heart. I know, it's terrible. We're going there. We're heartbroken.
I've had some heartbreaks in my life.
I don't believe that. But I don't believe that. He's lying. But if you did, what would that wine be to help you get over that heartbreak?
Well, any relationship, obviously alcohol helps during a breakup, right? They say don't drink, but I'll tell you what.
Well, it helps during the first date too. So
exactly,
we're all good.
It helps temporarily, but breakups are complex. Relationships are complex, but really, when you're going through a breakup, drink the most complex wine you can, and that's Crossroad.
I like that. Drink the most complex wine you can.
27 different lots. That's either blocks in the vineyard or oak variation. The fruit's sourced from 2 very different vineyards. The highest elevation vineyard in Amador and the lowest. So we sit around 700 feet and change elevation.
Right.
And El Joyello sits around 27. So even if it's the same varietal, picked around the same bricks, the wines are completely different, even if they're aged in the same barrel side by side.
And then they're blended.
They're blended.
Unlike the breakup where you're pulling them apart, you're actually putting these together.
Yes.
But it'll help you in that breakup as you're being torn apart.
I like that.
Okay, so can I taste this? Because
by all means.
I might be heartbroken right now. I'm not, but if I was, I'm not an actor, but if I was acting heartbroken.
I should taste it too. So let me just dump out. It's wine abuse right there. Just dump that out.
That is really wine abuse.
Pardon me. We have more though. We have more.
You can just throw wine away like that. It's amazing.
Oh,
wow. The nose on this is just spectacular.
It does. It's dark fruit. It's seductive.
Okay, wait a minute. We're talking about breakups and you're saying it's seductive. How's that work?
Well, that's when you go out after a breakup and you're trying to go meet someone new. So, you have to play, you have to play the dance.
Gotcha. But... So talking... We have something in front of us that you need to tell me about because I've been looking at it for an hour.
So Big Crush, technically this isn't the wine paired with this dish, but it will still play well because I think, in my opinion, mushrooms pair with every red wine. So here we have a mushroom soup that we're going to be one of our dishes we're serving at Crush, and it's a porcini, cremini, and button mushroom with marsala, rosemary, thyme.
Oh my gosh, this tastes like pure butter and heavy cream mushroom flavored. It is so good. This is amazing.
Exactly. It's obviously mushrooms, but it takes a very long time to make, and we'll be serving it at Crush up with another dish, smoked duck crostini, figs 2 ways.
We're going to talk about Crush here in a minute. We still have some time. I wanted to ask Victor, since we're talking about breakups and hard relationships, he's got a great analogy about Crush and about harvest.
Well,
how's it going here, by the way? Are you guys done with harvest?
We're almost done.
Okay.
John has been working his tail off late nights. He goes to bed at 5 p.m. and he wakes up at 1 p.m.
How does he still look so good? He's off camera, people. So in a little bit here, I'm going to bring him on so you can say hi. He's shaking his head no. Dude looks amazing. He looks like a model. He should be on that show. I'm talking about Yellowstone. You guys got to watch Yellowstone.
We will check in. Are you getting promoted?
No, I'm not. I am nothing. No, I can't even. I've never even seen the channel. I'm just saying it's an awesome show.
I love Kevin Costner. Dances with Wolves is one of my favorite movies. What was his name? Tatanka? I think it was Tatanka.
That's the buffalo. That's what they call the buffalo.
That's
Tatanka.
right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, one of my rogue brothers is called Tatanka. Okay, so harvest, Crush.
Harvest. Yes, let's get back on track. This vineyard's huge. We sell 95% of our fruit to other winemakers.
95%.
With Joel Gott, Chateau Montelena, Heidi Barrett, and a few other notable winemakers.
I do love how you just dropped those names.
Well,
that's all.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
They fly in a helicopter, but we're in awe every time they come. I wanted to ask Bo for an autograph, but I was off the property that day. So nevertheless, one day it will happen.
So what you're saying is this fruit is absolutely top quality.
It is top quality. We meticulously, tend to the vineyard, and we wait patiently all year. From bud break to harvest. No leaf, no bud is unturned. And, harvest is a love-hate relationship. Luckily, I don't participate too much in harvest because I'm with the wine club in the tasting room. But I see John and now Hardy's working in the vineyard, and they're long nights. John has been, 1 a.m. to 10 a.m. every morning for the past 3 weeks. And we picked, 200 plus ton from this vineyard and more to come. But like I said, harvest is a love-hate relationship because, you love growing the vineyard, but it's just such hard work when you're picking a vineyard of this size.
Yeah.
So we're almost done and it's almost over. And, just like love in general, love is amazing and love can be tough at times, just like harvest.
Yep. So just as a side note, this guy actually got married on this property.
Exactly.
And can you just tell people a little bit about how they could get married here if they wanted to? Because I'm telling you, this venue is breathtaking.
Totally. For first and foremost, if you're not following Rancho Victoria on Instagram or Facebook, please do. We have a ton of wedding photos. The property is so varied. Massive reservoir, horses, this amazing windmill that you can't see right now off to my right.
It's in every picture I posted.
It's so picturesque.
You'll see it on everything.
And this tree we have on the property, it's this 250-year-old oak. That's the biggest tree on the entire property. We hang chandeliers from it, and people get married here all the time. I got married and never left. That's how much I love the property. So I got to relive the moment every day. And if you come to one of our events, if you come to Crush, you'll probably see my wife hanging out, working for wine, because she's awesome. Love you, honey.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a really cool love story. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys got married here, and then you started working here. And Victor, he's a great part of this team here. When you come in, he'll be smiling at you in the tasting room and welcoming you along with John and Cindy. It's an amazing place, very warm. And I just can't speak enough about how awesome it is.
Well, thank you.
And again, my name is Russ Reyes from Kilt Cork. If you just are now tuning in, and this is Victor Turinsky from Rancho Victoria Vineyard, which we already talked about is a working cattle ranch, as well as a amazing winery and vineyard and wedding venue, and just overall place to hang out and relax, I think. So speaking of hanging out and relax and partying, what's coming up this weekend?
Big Crush.
Big Crush.
Celebration of all the hard work, tending to those vines. I mean, you'll see people in action, picking grapes, punch downs, making wine, and a lot of wineries, everyone's doing something interactive. They have live music, food and wine pairings at winery to wineries.
Right.
And, you could make wine at a winery, or you can ride a hot air balloon right out here in this field on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then come Sunday, we just added Rebel, what is their name? Rebel Sky. It's like a Cirque du Soleil. They're floating down from the ribbons. Rebel Acrobats. Rebel Air. I think.
Where are they going to be?
Right down there, I believe.
Wow.
Okay.
Off camera in the parking lot.
Off camera in the parking lot.
You have to come see it.
So we have two amazing performers that have those sheer ribbons hanging. They're like 40 feet long, and they wrap themselves up, and they spin all the way down, and they're spinning around, and we're doing that. So
we're doing it. So you're going to do it too. You're going to get up there, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I have to have at least 3 glasses
of
wine to do it, and wear a helmet, obviously.
Exactly. It's awesome. So Big Crush, you guys, there are still tickets available at the individual wineries. The online sales have ended, but you can still get your tickets a day of the event. And I tell you, it's an amazing event. 40 wineries, you're not going to see all of those in a day. And if you do, you need a ribbon or something, because that's pretty much impossible.
And a driver.
Yes,
but
definitely a driver. But I encourage you to make sure you get out here and check it out. But I had 2 tickets to give away, and we've been kind of watching the comments. Last show, I said if you guys commented on any of our shows here, we would pick one. And I believe we have a winner. And our winner, I'm going to tell you our winner, and then Victor's going to tell you a little bit about what they get here.
Yeah.
But our winner is going to be a gentleman named Aaron Provincial.
Way to go, Aaron.
Cool.
And that was probably too loud in the mic.
But
cover your ears.
Aaron, thank you so much for commenting and for following us. I know he is a follower of both Kilt Cork on Facebook and Instagram. So what's Aaron going to get when he comes to Big Crush?
We're going to piggyback on top of those. First and foremost, if you want to come to Crush, check out amadorwine.com. That's where you can buy your tickets. And if you don't buy them online, you can show up to any winery that's participating and buy day of tickets. But we're going to piggyback on top of that. And if your winner shows up here, we'll get them in the hot air balloon for free.
That's so awesome. So hot air balloon rides on Saturday. So Aaron, if you're out there listening, you have to be here Saturday to get that hot air balloon ride.
Exactly. 10 to 1 p.m.
Yep. So it's going to be tethered, right? And you're going to be able to see the view.
We're tethering about 50 feet up, and you get to go up for about 5 minutes and drink a glass of wine at the top, and obviously take a bunch of photos of yourself. Who wouldn't in a hot air balloon?
Totally.
I would.
So do you get to take a glass of wine up with you?
It's mandatory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have to have a glass of wine to get up in the hot air balloon.
Yes.
I love that. So someone is just asking for our address. What's our address here at Rancho Victoria Vineyard?
16920 Greeley Road, and we're in Plymouth, California. So our location is pretty unique. We're actually one of the closest wineries to El Dorado Hills, Folsom, and then Sacramento. So we're right off the Jackson Highway. You can take Latrobe or you can take Jackson Highway, and we're actually before the town of Plymouth. We're about 15 minutes closer than the Shenandoah Valley.
That's so awesome.
So we should be your first stop.
Absolutely. Should be. You're right off the highway, right off of East 16. So you guys, it looks like we're getting close here to the end of the show. I just want to thank everybody. There's been some people doing some shout outs. Mick says hi to you, Victor.
What's up?
Yep.
We should go for another hour.
I know we could. I mean, we got enough material to talk for an hour.
Enough wine, obviously. I mean, we can drink.
But we could do that off camera too. And if you were here, you could do it as well. So get out here to Rancho Victoria this weekend for Big Crush. Please. Or if you don't come this weekend, make sure you come out and say hi to Victor and John and Cindy and all the other just beautiful things that are out here at Rancho Victoria. I really appreciated this time with you, Victor.
Thank you.
I mean, you don't have wine. We need to toast. This is our breakup wine, by the way. So we'll
never break up, Russ.
Okay, we're never going to break up. I'm happy about that.
You're awesome.
Cheers,
Thank
Victor.
you. Cheers to you.
So you guys, thank you very much for tuning in to Kilt and Cork Live this week. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and like us on Facebook, and please share. That's the best way that we can get out there and get the word out of all these amazing places that we visit and all the great people that we meet. To show you where you can come out and have a great time. So please do that. Follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook. And thank you very much for joining us this week here at beautiful Rancho Victoria. And I'll see you next week from another great location somewhere around the Sierra Foothills.
Can't wait to tune in.
Cheers. It's been awesome. She's saying that because